Hello, my friends. It is day 27 on the feedback for Alan's 30 questions in 30 days. And can you believe it? For me, it's nearly the end of the 30 days. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, maybe I'll have to just do them backwards. Who knows? I'm sure there's something else that'll crop up in there. So the question for today was, just for today, would you be willing to make the demand of you to choose what works for you rather than against you? Now, there was a couple of things that cropped up today. One of them being that I chose to do what I could achievably do within the time frame that I had for one of my clients without making me late for my next client. They changed their mind halfway through the shift as to what they wished to do for that shift, and it required me to make several different stops and changes to my trip, and what they were wishing me to do, I only couldn't do one not so significant thing that they can just search up on the internet anyway, so it's not that big deal. Yes, they got a little bit annoyed that I hadn't done it, but you know what? I was choosing for me, and I didn't choose to be late for my next client because that's not very kind for them. And their shift is much shorter. Then the second thing that I chose for me today, as opposed to what would be against me, is I chose, I'm organising a movie outing with 3 friends, and it ended up being the easiest way to do this was just to choose for me. And so I did. I chose, we'd already agreed on what movie we were seeing, so that was fine. So I chose the cinema. I chose the time. And it's like, one of them said, "Oh, we're going to eat beforehand." And I said, "Look, I haven't got time, but feel free to eat if you want." And they're like, "Yep, sweet." So everybody's happy as. Like, nobody had, it wasn't a big deal. Everything was just smooth as. Whereas possibly before, I would have turned myself in knots, trying to figure out which cinema was the cheapest, which one had the best time, blah, 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 and what suited everybody. And it was such a blessing having this question today, because I was starting to go down that track. And then I looked at the question and I went, no, what works for me? And as it turned out, what works for me actually works for everybody. So how cool is that? How does it get any better than that? And then the third thing was actually the call that we've got tonight. Now, I could have chosen to do the call from my partner's place, which is where I'd normally be tonight. But it didn't feel like to do it from there. It was not kind for him, because it would have basically banned him from a section of the house from making any noise. He's got a very noisy house. And, you know, I don't know that I would have been able to, it just wasn't kind. It wasn't nice to even ask him. So I chose for me. And the lightest, most fun option was to come and play with you guys at my house. So I'll be seeing you guys a little bit later on, in an hour or so. And if you're watching this in the future, well, I was on a call about an hour or so. So I hope you guys have an absolutely phenomenal day, whatever time of day you're watching this. And what if it could be just as easy to choose for you and not against you? What if by doing that, you're actually choosing the easiest way for most? Have a great day. Ka kite anō.